I will ask staff to present the De Leon bills. He has sent us a letter. We accept it. Mr. Lipper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Do you have a preference in terms of the order?
No, whatever you wish to present.
Can we do 1464 first, since that's a simpler bill?
Sure.
Mr. Chairman and members, SB 1464 adds new criteria to the triennial greenhouse gas investment plan prepared by the Department of Finance to ensure that expenditures of cap and trade funds are properly quantified and tracked to ensure they actually result in greenhouse gas emission reductions. The changes proposed in this law were initially recommended by the Legislative Analyst's Office in January as part of the budget. Senator De Leon picked up several of those recommendations.
Been motioned and seconded, and it has no opposition listed. Why don't you wrap up, Mr. Lipper?
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman?
So wrap up is...
ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Witnesses in support?
Mr. Chairman and members, Eloy Garcia for the Western States Petroleum Association in support of the bill. I think one thing that you haven't wrestled with yet, however, is...
About to fall over.
Absolutely. You have here now a bill about GGRF. You have a GGRF plan that you still plan to presumably vote on before the end of this year. However, you just passed SB 32 out of this committee without dealing with the fundamental issue. Will you have revenue? Will you have a cap and trade program that generates revenue? You danced all around it. You carefully avoided the discussion. If you're going to have a conversation about GGRF, you need to have a first and foremost conversation about whether you will have a cap and trade program. It is absolutely untenable that you would pass out of this legislature a bill to give it that decision to the Air Resources Board. You just heard about a blank check about passing your authority to the Air Resources Board. Not in this bill. We support this bill. These are good.
You're killing me.
I'm trying to support you,
That's
Kip.
the witness in support?
I'm supporting you, Kip. I think this bill works only if you make the fundamental decision. I will support every one of your bills going forward here. No, I think it's just a fundamental issue you cannot avoid on SB 32. For that reason, we support the bill. Thank you, Kip.
Okay. Thank you. Other witnesses in support? Witnesses in opposition? To the committee. There's motion and second. Chair's recommendation is aye. Please call the roll.
The motion is due pass and re-refer to appropriations. Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Jones? Garcia? Aye. Garcia, aye. Gomez? Hadley? Aye. Hadley, aye. Harper? McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Stone? Stone, aye. Wood?
Aye.
Wood, aye.
6-0, your bill's out. Now 1387.
Mr. Chairman and members, SB 1387 makes two changes to air quality laws in Southern California, a region with a history of smoggy and dirty air. First, the bill adds 3 new environmental justice representatives to the South Coast Air Quality Management District, one each appointed by the governor, the Senate Committee on Rules, and the Speaker of the State Assembly. Second, it speeds up or expedites state-level review of any amendment to what is known as the Regional Clean Air Incentives Market, or RECLAIM program, to ensure that those amendments are in compliance with state and federal law. The South Coast Air this bill only affects the South Coast Air District. It is applicable only in that district because it's the only district that has the RECLAIM program. It also, with respect to the appointees, Mr. Chairman, the appointees that are made must reside in the region, and they must be representatives of environmental justice communities. And so there's a regional focus on this and a local focus on it. The representatives, even though they are appointed by state authorities, as are 3 appointees currently on the board, these new appointees would all have to be from the South Coast Air Basin. Ask for your aye vote.
Witnesses have 2 minutes each. Please proceed.
Mr. Chairman and members, Bill McGavin with the Coalition for Clean Air, and also the Communities for a Better Environment had about 10 representatives who came up from Los Angeles to testify on this bill, but unfortunately had to leave to catch their plane, so they asked me to represent them too. As you know, the South Coast Air Basin has the worst smog in the entire country. In particulate pollution, it trails only the San Joaquin Valley, and the air quality is worst in the areas that are predominantly populated by low-income communities of color. The Air District has an up and down history that's included many important measures that have made the air substantially cleaner than it was decades ago, but more progress is needed to restore healthy air to our residents. Yet the South Coast Board has recently faltered in that effort, weakening a staff proposal to improve its market-based reclaim program at the behest of the oil lobby, who we'll be hearing from soon, and also firing its longtime executive for purely partisan political reasons. The 13-member board has not a single Latino on it, and most of the board members do not live in the area where the smog is the worst. Adding the environmental justice appointments would help make the board more representative of the people who have to breathe the air the district is responsible for cleaning up. And expediting the review process for the market-based programs would bring more certainty and urgency to the process of determining whether reclaim and similar programs meet state and federal requirements for bringing our air into attainment with health-based standards. Therefore, we urge your approval.
Thank you. Next witness, please.
Mr. Chair and members, Erin Niemela representing Next Gen Climate Action, also in support of the bill. We think the bill makes an important change to law that will help the community better be represented on issues that affect their air quality. Thank you.
Mr. Chair and members, John White with the Clean Power Campaign in support of the bill. We think that the tightening up of the oversight of the reclaim program is long overdue. This program was promised to achieve equivalent emission reductions as mandated reductions. Hasn't done that. You've now got less controls on the refineries in Southern California than you have in the Bay Area because of the way this program's operated. So we think it's important to tighten that review up and be sure that we're getting the emission reductions. We also think shaking up the board is a good thing, particularly to have representatives from disadvantaged communities have a stronger voice on the board. So we ask your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Others in support, if you give your name and affiliation, please.
Jenna Perez, California League of Conservation Voters, in support.
Environment California, Dan Jacobson, in support. Thank you.
Jeannie Wardweller with the California Bicycle Coalition, also representing Transform and the Center for Community Action and Environmental Justice, in support.
Julie Snyder representing Planning Conservation League, in support.
Melissa Romero with Californians Against Waste, in support.
Humberto Lugo with the Comité Cívico del Valle representing Riverside County, Eastern Coachella Valleys, and part of the Ivan Environmental Justice Enforcement Network statewide, in support.
Israel Cruz representing Comité Cívico del Valle in Brown County and Coachella Valley, in support.
Diana Vasquez, Sierra Club, California, and also with California Environmental Justice Alliance, in support of the bill.
Juan Altamirano, Audubon, California, in support.
Brian Nowicki, Center for Biological Diversity, in support.
And Bonnie Holmes, Jan American Lung Association in California, in support.
Thank you. Anyone else in support? Seeing none in opposition.
Good afternoon or good evening, members. My name is Janice Rutherford. I'm a supervisor from the County of San Bernardino, and I serve representing that county on the South Coast Air Quality Management District. I'm an asthmatic. I'm a mother of 2 young boys. With all due respect, I breathe the air in the South Coast Basin. I've been breathing it my whole life. I want clean air. I want pollution gone. It's why I serve on the South Coast District. The South Coast District has not rolled back, is not reneging on our commitment to clean air. There is no changes in our policies that support the statements that you've heard here. What's actually happening is, though, a recognition that because the South Coast District has done so much with our policies, we're at the point now where the rest of the pollution, the 85% of the pollutants, come from mobile sources that are not under the jurisdiction of the South Coast District. What we need from the state is your help going to the feds saying, do your job with the mobile sources. Let me tell you some of the strict things we've done in just the last year or so at AQMD, the strictest lead rule in the United States. Regulation of urban oil wells and restrictions on fracking. Greater restrictions on paint and VOCs. And the reclaim shave, which you've heard criticism of, but which frankly is a 250 to 400% reduction over previous NOx emissions. That is not a rollback. That is an accomplishment. That is progress. As for the board's staffing decisions, you understand state law. You understand that we're not at liberty to discuss our decisions on staffing. But I trust you would respect the elected officials and current state employee appointees who serve on that board who believed that a change needed to be made. Local control is a key benefit in California. It's something we respect. It's something we admire. There are elected officials who serve on the South Coast Board who live in the communities, who breathe the air, and who do a good job representing the folks who have concerns there, both the folks who want less pollution and the folks who create jobs. Let us continue to do that job of local control. And I assure you, there is no backsliding on our commitment to clean air in the South Coast Basin. I ask for your opposition. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chairman Williams and the hardy members of this committee that have hung in this long. I'm Tracy Hernandez. I'm the founding CEO of the LA County Business Federation, or BizFed. We're a massive grassroots alliance of more than 150 top business groups, representing 275,000 employers with 3 million employees right in the LA Basin, and we're in strong opposition to SB 1387. BizFed has been deeply involved in South Coast Air Quality Management District's rulemaking process over the many years. We participated in the development of the 2012 Air Quality Management Plan and are also highly engaged in the work of the 2016 AQMP. We've been knee-deep in the three-year-long process leading up to the recent amendments of Reclaim, and our opposition of SB 1387 is guided by this historical experience. The recent amendments to Reclaim program continue the board's landmark emissions reductions work. Commenting on these amendments, the district themselves stated, "This action taken by SCAQMD's governing board is the largest single pollution cut adopted by the agency in recent years. We have confidence that the board will continue to embrace technological advancements that support cleaner air for all Southern California communities. After all, the board and their families live there too. A key purpose of the regional air quality management districts is to assign responsibility for crafting regulations that comply with air quality laws and rules based upon conditions and circumstances unique to those regions. Southern California has an impressive, diverse pool of elected, eligible officials to serve on this board, including, and not to be taken lightly, 20 county supervisors and 848 city mayors and council members are all eligible to serve. SB 1387 would grossly undermine regional control and ultimately transferring key authority to state, bypassing the democratic process and setting a chilling precedent of loss of local control to other boards and commissions throughout California."
Thank you. Thank you. Just want to remind witnesses it's 2 minutes each. Please proceed.
Thank you for allowing me this opportunity. I'm Aquanetta Warren, City of Fontana Mayor. This board represents over 16 million people that we all serve. It is so imperative that we stop diminishing local control. We are to be your partners. We are to be your team members. We are to work together. We don't need stacking of that board. We have qualified members in our community that serve on that board now. We all are participating. We are making sure that we get the outreach and the information out to our public. There is a monthly newsletter that everyone waits for to pass out to the public. We have changed in California. We clearly understand the need to make sure that our public breathes and understands how well we can do as a community when we all work together. Stacking up this board with additional appointees from the state is going to create further undermining of the local control that we so much need to make sure that we're addressing all the conditions in our area. We have all accepted cap and trade. We are working diligently with the market to make sure it exists. But we need your support. Environmental justice exists at so many levels. Our partnership is unbelievable. There has been steps recently to make sure that it even increases. All the cities, all the counties are working hand in hand to make sure that we make everyone aware of how important this issue is. Don't do this. Don't continue to undermine our support. We're to be a team. We're to work with you. You support us. We support you. But doing this is not going to bring about that support. It's going to create havoc that we don't need. We will continue to work with the AQMD board. We will continue to work with you. But we have to be in a position that we don't receive punitive behavior from the state legislature when we stick up and support our area. Thank you.
Thank you. Other witnesses in support or in opposition, please state your name, organization, and opposition.
Mike Kroge with California Manufacturers in opposition.
Dan Hoffman, Chair for the South Bay Association of Chamber of Commerce, in opposition.
Jeremy Harris, Long Beach Area Chamber of Commerce, in opposition.
Eloy Garcia for the Western States Petroleum Association, in opposition.
Jason Rind with the League of California Cities. We are also in opposition.
Yeli Govrich with the California Association of Realtors, opposed.
Lori Kammerer, California Metals Coalition, oppose.
Nicole Wertelman on behalf of the Orange County Board of Supervisors, in opposition.
Tom Jacob on behalf of the Chemical Industry Council of California, in opposition. Thank you.
Andrew Langley on behalf of the County of Riverside, in opposition. Thank you.
Stuart Waldman, President of the Valley Industry and Commerce Association, VICA, opposed.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Paul Gonzalez, representing the cities of Laguna Hills, Glendora, and the South Coast Air Quality Management District, opposed.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Ray Wolf, Executive Director of the San Bernardino Association of Governments, strongly oppose.
Lauren Nolan-Tajic on behalf of California Cotton Ginners and Growers Association and Western Ag Processors Association, in opposition.
Mikhail Scavarlo here on behalf of the California Council for Environmental and Economic Balance, in opposition.
Aaron Guerrero with the California Building Industry Association, in opposition.
Matthew Hargel with California Business Properties Association on behalf of BOMA, California, NAIOP, California, and ICSC, in opposition.
Amy Maga on behalf of the California Chamber of Commerce, in opposition.
Manny Diaz, California Railroad Industry, in opposition.
P. Anthony Thomas, representing the California Independent Petroleum Association, for the reasons stated and for the bad precedent it states with local government, in opposition.
Comments, questions from the committee? Ms. Garcia.
Thank you. A bunch of comments. I have a picture of the 13 board members that we have on there right now, and it's a very male, very white group of individuals. I live in one of these disadvantaged communities, and while I have direct access to the AQMD now, especially as an assemblywoman, I haven't always found them to be the most attentive to the issues of these disadvantaged communities. We could start with Exide and the 30-year temporary permit we had there going on for a while. We keep blaming DTSC, but there's some blame to be put on the South Coast also. We have the Replace Your Ride, the second round of Replace Your Ride. Is going through the first round. We didn't really get it right. These communities didn't get to take advantage of that money. And forget what has happened or hasn't happened. I just think these boards should reflect what our communities look like and what our neediest communities look like. Adding 3 additional members who are from the local community does not remove local control. It gives us another perspective of local, of what it is to live in these communities. Adding 3 additional still gives us 10 versus 6 appointed officials, so still 60% of the model we have here. The large majority is still these other positions that we have out there. It's time we do this, not because of what has or hasn't transpired recently on the board, because it's time that this board looks like the region, and we make sure that we have these diverse voices there on the board. We haven't moved this bill. I'm going to move the bill. Would like to be a co-author on this bill. It's time, and I just looking at the pictures of the only members of color are the 3 appointed members of color by different governors to this committee. There's only 2 women. It also worries me that we only have 2 women. I wish we had a quota now to make sure half of our people here were women on this board. It's time we do this, not because what has been right or wrong, but it's time we have a more direct voice. And I think this argument that you're going to be losing local control is a little insulting, because you're going to be having 3 individuals from the community who live in the region, in the most affected regions, who will have a voice and be directly at the table. And so that is still local control.
Thank you. Other comments? That was a motion, a second by Mr. Stone. Anyone else on the committee? The chair's recommendation is aye. Would you like to close?
Ask for an aye vote.
Thank you. Please call the roll.
The motion is due pass and we refer to appropriations. Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Jones? Garcia? Garcia, aye. Gomez? Gomez, aye. Hadley?
No.
Hadley, no. Harper? McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wood? Wood, aye.
Next, we will take Mr. McCarty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Presenting for Senator Wolk. Please begin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As you mentioned, I'm presenting this on behalf of Senator Wolk. This is SB 1386. First of all, I'll be accepting the committee's amendments reflected in the analysis. This bill affirms the state's strategy to protect and manage natural and working lands as part of California's ongoing efforts to meet its climate change goals, given these sectors' significant potential for storing carbon. This bill also directs the relevant state agencies to consider this policy when protection and management of these lands are concerned. It's supported by the CVF Control Association, the California Alliance with Family Farmers, Sierra Business Council, Nature Conservancy, California Climate and Agriculture Network, and others. I have with me today Jennifer Fearing on behalf of the Defenders of Wildlife and Pablo Garza with the Nature Conservancy.
Hi, good afternoon, Chairman Stone, members of the committee, Jennifer
please.
Fearing. I just want to thank Senator Wolk and Assemblymember McCarty and also the committee staff for their efforts to clarify the bill. The purpose of this bill is to ensure that state agencies, as they go about their business of making policy, regulations, expenditures, and plans, merely consider the importance of keeping natural and working lands intact and managing them to promote carbon sequestration as part of California's effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. 80% of carbon in terrestrial ecosystems is stored in soils. And globally, terrestrial ecosystems store 2,100 gigatons of carbon. CARB has recognized the value of natural and working lands as a key contributor towards California's efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And there are many things that we could be doing to ensure that terrestrial ecosystems will continue to store carbon instead of emit it, and to enhance the system's ability to store more carbon. The conservation of natural and working lands, meaning let's not tear up and convert these lands. No or low-till agriculture, mulching of crop residue, improving grazing management practices, restoration of degraded lands, and using cover cropping on ag lands. By conveying that conservation and management of natural and working lands as a key tool in our efforts to reduce carbon into state policy, and then directing agencies to consider this policy, SB 1386 ensures natural and working lands opportunities will be given equal consideration along with other state policies. This bill does not mandate an outcome in terms of land use decisions or an expenditure of a percentage of GGRF funds. It does not place the management and conservation of natural and working lands above any strategy or policy of the state. Defenders of Wildlife believes that natural and working lands, appropriately conserved and managed, can play an important part in the effort to reduce carbon emissions. This bill takes an incremental and modest step by asking agencies to consider this policy as they do their business, and we respectfully ask for your yes vote.
Thank you. Next witness, please. Mr. Garza.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Alfredo Redondo on behalf of the Nature Conservancy in place of Pablo, who had to unfortunately leave, and I got tagged in, which means that I didn't get to write my talking points, so I should be brief. Really good silver lining there. So as Jennifer kind of elucidated, really, while often underappreciated, natural and working lands are going to be a key component in California meeting its climate goals moving forward, with the tremendous potential of being able to not only avoid emissions, but also to sequester the carbon itself in the soil, the minerals, the trees and branches throughout California. And I also just wanted to briefly highlight the co-benefits that preserving our natural and working lands in California provides. When it comes to recreation, the economic benefits, public health benefits, wildlife and habitat benefits, as well as some of the water filtration and water conservation benefits associated with these same kinds of programs and projects. So with that, we recognize that SB 1386 is an important strategy in helping California meet our goals. And for those reasons, the Nature Conservancy supports this bill. And we respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Next witness, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, members. Kathy Christian, representing the California Habitat Conservation Planning Coalition, of which two counties that I work with in particular, Contra Costa and their conservancy and Yolo and their conservancies, both working hard on natural communities conservation plans, which is a lot of mouthful right there, is very supportive of this bill. It takes a lot of different approaches and a lot of different ways to achieve our goals, and preserving these lands, in particular the multiple benefits that NCCPs provide, will be advanced by the bill. So thank you to the author, and I'm sure you'll convey that, and we urge your aye vote.
Thank you. Others in support, please.
Thank you, Chair and members. Katrina Robinson on behalf of the Carbon Cycle Institute in strong support.
Juan Altamirano on behalf of Audubon, California in strong support.
Kim Shine on behalf of CalCan in strong support. Thank you.
Jamie Go on behalf of the Save the Redwoods League and the California Association of Resource Conservation Districts in support.
Danielle Lynch on behalf of California Trout in support.
Melissa Romero with Californians Against Waste in support.
Mark Fenstermaker on behalf of the Santa Clara Valley Open Space Authority and the California Tahoe Alliance in support.
Carrie Timmer on behalf of the Sierra Business Council, Placer Land Trust, Truckee Donner Land Trust, and Sierra Foothill Conservancy in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in support? Seeing none, is there opposition?
Move the bill.
We do have a motion. Is there a second? I'll second that. Please.
Good evening. Nick Camerot on behalf of the California Building Industry Association, opposed to the bill. On January 1st of this year, SB 379 by Senator Jackson last year became effective. And what that does is require local governments to adopt climate adaptation measures within their general plan. And our concern arises from the fact that we believe that this bill will create conflicts with that process. We're just beginning to implement it. We worked on that bill with some of the sponsors of this bill, and we'd like to see it implemented effectively. If it's the case that it's not the intent to affect local land use outcomes or undermine local government's authority with respect to land use, then I think that the bill should say that. I think that otherwise you're going to create this situation where we've got lots of conflicts with not only local land use plans, but various state agencies are going to give conflicting direction to participants. I would say this much, that this is an important policy that we want to see work. And if it's going to work, if it's important enough to be considered for this legislation, it ought to be implemented in a way that actually works in the real world, that you don't create imbalances in land use between housing, infrastructure, and employment centers, and that the actual language of the bill reflects that intent. We're willing to work with the author and the sponsors to, as we did last year, to accomplish that goal. Rather than creating conflicts. And with that, I would ask for your no vote today.
Thank you. Anyone else in opposition? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the committee. Questions, comments? All right. Seeing none, thank the Senator for us. I agree. The carbon sequestration, the multiple benefits of soil management gives us a tremendous amount of bang for the buck. So thank you for presenting, and you may close.
Thank you. I'm sure that Senator Wolk will continue to work with interested parties in addressing those issues. My understanding, the big picture, that's not a mandate. This is a piece of the puzzle to be considered in the this governor and future governor's plans dealing with these issues. So ask for your aye vote. Thank you.
Thank you. And the chair recommending aye. Call the roll, please.
The motion is do pass as amended and re-refer to appropriations. Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Jones? Christina Garcia?
Aye.
Garcia, aye. Gomez? Hadley?
Aye.
Hadley, aye. Harper? McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wood? Would I?
That has the votes. That bill is out. That brings us to item number 1, AJR 43. Mr. Williams, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, members. This is the last bill, so hoping that folks will come on down if they want to vote.
Second.
This resolution urges Congress and the President to adopt legislation that would create a carbon tax at the federal level. It also suggests that this could be done as a revenue-neutral, so-called carbon tax and dividend. The Citizens Climate Education Corporation commissioned regional economic models, macroeconomic study on the impact of a carbon tax predicted that after 10 years, a revenue-neutral carbon tax would lead to a decrease in carbon dioxide emissions by 33%, while increasing national employment by 2.1 million jobs and an average monthly dividend to a family of 4 of $288. It is a little bit out of the box, and people don't generally touch this issue who are involved in politics, but I believe it's an important issue to talk about. Obviously, national levels appetite for raising taxes is not high, which is why we suggest to do it in a carbon tax and dividend where no revenue is generated and that the proceeds of the carbon tax are refunded to the public on a per capita basis. I strongly support California's approach to CO2 reduction through cap and trade, but I also believe a federal carbon tax would be complementary, and ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Seeing no witnesses in support, is there anyone who would like to speak in support? Seeing none, is there any opposition? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to the committee. Questions? Mr. Hadley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, it's late in the day for surprises here, but I'm supporting the resolution. I do think that properly structured a revenue-neutral carbon tax is a more effective way to reduce carbon emissions than cap and trade. Not that they're mutually exclusive, but I applaud you for bringing an out-of-the-box idea to the committee, and just wanted to let you know, pleased to support the resolution.
Thank you, Assembly Member.
Mr. Hadley, any other comments? Seeing none, Mr. Chair, you may close.
Ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Chair's recommendation is do pass, or that this resolution be adopted. Call the roll, please.
Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. Jones? Garcia? Garcia, aye. Gomez? Hadley?
Aye.
Hadley, aye. Harper? McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye. Wood?
Aye.
Wood, aye.
Thank you. Members, I propose that we take this in file order. If you are a staff person for a member of the committee and you wish your member to show up on the vote totals, you better send them down here with alacrity. We will go through in file item order to bill by bill, whether or not it has passed yet, to keep it simple. We just dispensed with AJR 43, so we will go to item 2, Senate Bill 32 by Pavley. Please call the roll of absent members.
Jones? Gomez? Hadley?
No.
Hadley, no. McCarty?
Aye.
Yes?
Aye.
McCarty, yes. Stone?
Aye.
Stone, aye.
That bill is 5-2. Senate Bill 32 is out. Item 3, Senate Bill 887 by Pavley. Please call the roll of absent members, or were they all here? Oh, everyone voted on that. Item 4, Senate Bill 888 by Allen. Please call the roll of absent members.
Jones, Gomez, Wood. Wood, aye.
That bill was already out, but is now 7-0. Item 5, SB 900 by Jackson. Please call the roll of absent members.
Gomez.
Item 6, Senate Bill 970 by Leyva. Please call the roll of absent members.
Jones, Garcia. Garcia, aye. Gomez, Wood. Wood, aye.
That bill is now 7-0. SB 1190 by Jackson.
Gomez. Stone. Aye. Stone, aye.
That is 5-3. That bill is now out. Item 8, SB 1277 by Hancock.
Hadley.
No.
Hadley, no. McCarty. Aye. McCarty, yes.
That bill is now 6-3. It has been out. Item 9, Senate Bill 1363 by Monning.
Jones. Garcia. Aye. Garcia, aye. Gomez. Wood. Aye. Wood, aye.
I'd like to add.
We're just going through these in order, so we'll cycle back one.
I've got you as non-voting on this one. You would like to add it
As yes.
Okay.
as a yes. Thank you, sir.
We are on item 10. That bill is, by the way, now 8-0. Item 10, SB 1383 by Lara.
Jones. Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye.
6-1. That bill continues to be out. Item 11, 1386 by Wolk.
Jones. Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye. Harper.
No.
Harper, no.
Item 12 by De Leon, 1387 by De Leon.
Jones.
Harper.
Oh, thank you. Harper.
No.
Harper, no.
Gomez.
I've got you as a yes on that.
Item 1425 by Pavley.
Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye.
Item 14, Senate Bill 1463 by Morlock.
Williams.
Aye.
Williams, aye. Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye. Stone.
Aye.
Stone, aye.
That bill is now 9-0. Item 15, Senate Bill 1463 by De Leon.
Jones. Gomez.
1464.
1464, that's right, Mr. Hadley. Thank you.
Aye. Gomez, aye. Harper.
No.
Harper, no.
It's 7-0. We will go through these one more time. I believe everyone's voted on everything except for Mr. Gomez. On consent, item 16, please call the roll of absent members.
Jones. Garcia. Aye. Garcia, aye. Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye. Wood. Wood, aye.
So everyone can go except for Mr. Gomez and Mr. Jones if he's still in the building. And we'll go roll through these one more time. Item 1, AGR 43 by Williams.
Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye.
Item 2, Senate Bill 32 by Pavley.
Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye.
Item 3, Senate Bill 887 by Pavley.
Gomez, aye.
Item 4, Senate Bill 888 by Allen.
Gomez. Aye. Gomez, aye.
Item 5, SB 900 by Jackson.
Gomez. Gomez, aye.
Item 6, Senate Bill 970 by Leyva.
Gomez. Gomez, aye.
Item 7, SB 1190 by Jackson.
Gomez. Gomez, aye.
Item 8, SB 1277 by Hancock. Oh, he already voted.
Got you on that.
Item 9, SB 1363 by Monning.
Gomez? Gomez, aye. Got this one's taken care of. That's it. I've got the rest. Do you know if...
heard from Jones? We will adjourn this meeting of the Assembly Natural Resources Committee.